Welcome, welcome. Hey, folks. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Glad you're able to join us tonight for our live Zoom call. We'll be getting started here shortly. On behalf of Partner Driven, my name is Roland, and I have the pleasure of being your host and your MC tonight. Before we begin, a couple of housekeeping items. Please turn on your camera if you haven't done so already. Amanda, appreciate you doing that. Angie as well. A lot of people in the car today, so hopefully y'all are driving safe. And if your name is iPhone, please update it so we can call on you accordingly. That'd be ideal. Also, mute your line. We're going to do our best to serve you and to truly maximize the limited time we have together. Lastly, get familiar with the chat feature. That is how we're going to communicate throughout. In fact, do me a favor, quickly type in which city, which state you're coming from, and I'll do my best to read them all aloud as people slowly but surely come in, join us on tonight's call. Let me pull up my chat as well. Who do we have here tonight? Go ahead and type in the chat there. We've got iPhone from Philly. Welcome, welcome. Tracy from North Carolina. Beautiful. Welcome, welcome. Again, please turn on your camera if you haven't done so already. We have Charlotte in the house, Kentucky. Nice. Anyone from the West Coast? Got Rhode Island in the house. A lot of folks from East Coast. Alabama getting closer, getting closer. Ohio. Okay, okay. Love it, love it. Appreciate you guys sharing that with us here today. Looking forward to getting started here shortly. We do have a slide deck we want to share with you guys. Sonia from Ohio as well. Welcome, welcome. Heather from Alabama, as I mentioned earlier. Again, turn on your camera if you haven't done so already. I'll be pulling up our slide deck for tonight just to give you guys some visuals and really appreciate you guys for taking the time to be with us here tonight. I would imagine this is not the first time you've attended a webinar similar to ours, but do me a favor, keep an open mind because what we're going to share with you tonight, in particular, what our founder, Peter, is going to share with you tonight can truly be a life-changing opportunity. Whether or not you have experience, there's something in store here for you. Love to see how we can help you. Now, partner driven, quite frankly, we're the only real estate program in the nation that partners with you on deals. Close to 4,000 deals that our founders, Peter and Julie, have completed in a very different way, where we provide 100% of the capital, 100% of the rehab, and all the resources you need to successfully flip houses all the while without you having to risk your own money or your own credit. Now, we do that by providing you an entire back office support staff, a team of experts in their own right, to help you fix and flip houses. As we all know, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes that many people don't think about. And quite frankly, we don't want you to worry about that either, so that you could focus on the main thing, the main task, the most income producing activity of finding deals, and we'll handle the rest. As far as experts, I'm very fortunate to have our founder, Peter, here. I want to give you a quick snippet, kind of their background. If this is your first time hearing about Peter and our co-founder, Julie, let me give you a quick snapshot of kind of about them a little bit. They have a mission to really make real estate a reality and make real estate investing accessible to everyone, especially if you're on this call tonight. Peter has a passion of really breaking down the barriers and no offense, really dumbing things down. And I say that because there's so many things out there in this world of real estate that really complicates the whole process. And don't get me wrong, it is a very complicated process. And again, I'm sure this is not the first webinar that you've attended, but hopefully you're not numb to what we share with you. Hopefully you have a notepad because what we share with you is a very unique way on how to get involved in real estate. Again, by how we provide 100% of the capital, all the expertise, and really that world-class team that we shared with you on how to help you jumpstart your business if you've never flipped a house before, or if you have flipped a house, really scale and do multiple deals. So again, no matter what your experience level is, there's definitely something in store for you here tonight. Again, the main speaker for tonight is our principal founder, Peter, who's still in the hunt. 4,000 deals later, decades in the business, still hungry as ever, really capitalizing on today's market. We feel that 2026, we are so bullish about the current market cycle that we're doing more deals with more partners across the nation simply with people who attended a webinar similar to this. So I can't wait to have our founder Peter here not only share the story of our company, Partner Driven, but really how it can help you. And again, I can't think of anyone better who's still in the deal, still excited as heck, helping people just like you across the nation, making real estate a reality. Pete, I have a couple of folks here tonight who's looking at us, hoping, praying that what we put together here, what you put together here, really can help them as well. Pete, excited for you to have you join us here tonight.
Awesome. Well, great to be here, Roland. Thanks for the kind words. Thanks for a great introduction. Today, I'm going to lay out what it means to partner with me. And then when we're done, really what I'd like to see happen when we're done is either you're out, not for you, not the right timing, not the right opportunity, which is totally fine, or you're in. And I'll give you a quick summary of what I do. These are kind of the three big benefits of working with me. Number one, if we're going to, and by the way, I've done 4,000 deals. I'm not experimenting with this. I'm not asking anybody's opinion whether what I do works. I mean, it works. Time tested, well over a decade. I have now more partners doing more deals than ever before. But the quick summary of what I do, and then I'm going to lay it all out for the next number of minutes, is number one, when we're partnering, my team will be responsible to handle 90 to 95% of the deal for you. You get 50%, but we're doing 90 to 95% of the work. How about them apples? Number two, I have the biggest buy box in terms of ease of finding deals for me, which is what people think, oh, well, how easy is it to find deals for this guy? Number one, remember, 4,000 deals I've done. But the reason for that, I have the biggest buy box in the United States right now. So the ease of finding deals from, and it's because I do about 11 different strategies. So the ease of finding deals for me is about as easy as you're going to see in any real estate opportunity out there. And number three, we have two strategies that help you find deals in whatever quantity you want. One strategy is for those of you that have some kind of money to put into marketing. Second strategy is for those of you that don't want to put money into marketing. And those two strategies account for about 90 to 95% of all the deals we do. And that's really what we'll teach you if we end up partnering together. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for people that are coachable, have minimum 3 to 5 hours a week, want to do multiple deals at the same time. You cannot be a whiner, cannot be a complainer, cannot be a victim of life. If that's your attitude, we are not going to be a good fit. If you're here looking for something free, a handout, this is not the right opportunity for you. It's a business, right? There's no business that does handouts. So I'm looking for people that also are willing to invest time, money, and effort into themselves. So anyway, that's a quick snapshot. All right, I'm going to go quick tonight. And by the way, when I'm done, I'm going to stay on as long as I need to answer whatever questions you guys may have. I know you're here tonight because you want to see how you can make money in real estate. That's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. But I'm going to show you how to make money in real estate without risking any of your own savings, and literally how to 100% get rid of all the risk in doing deals. Now, I know for some of you, as I'm saying this, you're like, well, that sounds like a little bit too good to be true. Stick around. I'm going to explain how I do this. I'm going to lay it all out, very black and white, and I'm going to also explain to you the reasoning, the rationale I have behind doing this. I'm also going to show you some deals along the way. But before we get started, I do want to get to know you guys a little bit. So the only thing I'm going to ask you tonight is please participate through chats. I'm going to ask you about 8 different questions. Just give me either yes or no or thumbs up or maybe a quick explanation of your answer. That's my only ask of you guys tonight. So, question number one. Some of you guys are on this call and you are what I call professionals, meaning you already are involved to a certain level in this business. You might be an investor, you might be a wholesaler, you might be a realtor, you might be a closing attorney, a mortgage person, a money person. Anyway, so if you're in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry and you have at least a little bit of a track record to show for it, I'd love to hear from you inside chat. By the way, I'm going to ask Roland because the way this camera is set up, I cannot see chat, but Roland certainly can. He's a gentleman that introduced me. He's been with me for many, many years, a great friend of mine. He is somebody that all of you, if you want to partner with me, All of you, him and his team will be somebody you have to get through to kind of get to me to make the final decisions if we're a good fit. But Roland's going to help me inside chat. So for those of you that already are in the space to a certain level, um, and you have some kind of history, I'd love to hear from you in chat. Roland, we got anybody who's already in the business?
Yeah, Pete, we got Park Country, who's been in the business here, currently actively looking for deals. We've got, let's see here, Kinda Help Others, says Nikhil, slowly coming in here. We've got Brian, who says no experience yet, but that's why he's here. And we've got a couple other folks just nodding their head, giving thumbs up, Pete, as far as experience is concerned.
Okay, I love it. So I assume, and this is, I guess, what I heard Roland saying, some of you guys are realtors, wholesalers, investors. Let me make this statement. Tonight, I'm actually going to show you how you could tap into my funding, and I will fund 100% of as many deals as you desire to do. Whether you desire to do only three, four, five deals, or whether, like some of my partners, you desire to do dozens of deals. But is it safe to assume that if I could show you how I could fund 100% of those deals, take on all of the risk, and help you with those deals, that you will be able to do more deals? Is that a safe statement? Give me thumbs up or yay or nay. Let me know.
Yeah, Pete, Heather says yes. iPhone says yes. Park Country says, oh yeah, thumbs up. All across the board, Pete. Yeah.
Okay, I love it. I love it. So I also want to introduce you to some of my partners. Seth, who by the way was my very first partner that ever started with me, and the reason I want to showcase him here tonight is the very, very first partner that ever started with me many, many years ago is still with me today. Now, from where we were to where we are now, when he started with me, he was a school teacher. His wife worked in a corporate world. We've now done over 220 deals. About 180 of them we did in California. Some people say you can't do this in expensive markets. Yes, you can. You just got to know what you're doing. And about 40 of them, we did them in their dream home. They actually got out of California, like so many people want to do. And they now live a little bit south of Nashville. Since getting to know me and doing deals with me, they bought a private plane. They travel 1 or 2 weeks out of the month, live in their own little mini mansion. Have gone on beyond just partnering with me, has now gone on and they own three or four RV parks. They have, I think, about 110 rentals themselves. He's flipped over 100 houses. So it's another huge benefit of working with me is that not only can you do deals with me, but a lot of my partners then just go on and become prolific, absolutely prolific investors. And Seth is one of those guys known, literally at this point, known in all the real estate corners. Here's another one of my partners, Preston Moore. Now, unlike Seth and I have done over 200 deals. But to this day, whenever we've done deals with Seth, my team, my construction team, has handled all the rehabs. Preston, when he started with me, remember Seth had no experience. Preston had over 100 deals he did with me. You know, so it's pretty logical why someone like Seth would start with me with zero experience. But people always want to know, why would somebody that's done I have partners that have done hundreds of deals before they start with me. The reason a lot of my partners who have a lot of experience start partnering with me is I give them the ability to scale. I don't put limitation. I don't put financial limitations, infrastructural, geographical. I expand their knowledge base and stuff like that. So we've done a ton of deals with Preston. Here was just a few of them. We got about 9 deals going on right now, which is absolutely terrific and amazing. And the other thing is, unlike Seth, Preston has done the rehab on every single one of those deals. Very, very powerful. Now, some of you are here tonight because you see retirement. It's in sight. Like it might not be tomorrow, but it's in the next several months, maybe the next couple of years. The reason you're here tonight is because you know that in order for you to retire the way you want to retire, you're going to make some changes. As a matter of fact, you may have to get totally off the track you're on now and get on a different track. So, for those of you that can relate, retirement is in sight, but the dreams and goals aren't going to be hit if you continue doing what you're doing. I'd love to hear from you guys. You guys are looking for something else, maybe on a part-time basis, maybe on a full-time basis. Who could relate to this statement? Retirement is in sight, but the dreams and goals are not going to be there.
Yeah, Pete, I see people here kind of typing. Gina raised her hand there physically. We got Samsung raising their hand as well. Jen giving us a thumbs up. Um, Folks here who are widows, single moms, looking to get started here as well. But yeah, Pete, a lot of people here wanting to use real estate as a vehicle to supplement retirement.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So let me introduce you to my partners who become dear friends, Ron and Karen Rowan. They were about 2.5, 3 years away from retirement when they met me, and they were living in Indiana, the snow belt, and their big dream and goal was to retire in Florida, own land, own it right against the ocean, and to have their own little RV parked on it. And so they had a timeline. We had that 2.5 year timeline, which I love people that have timelines. They have very distinct goals. I love distinct goals. I love timelines. So we hit the ground running, and you could see just in the first couple deals, $83,000 in profit, $63,000 in profit, $68,000 in profit, $67,000 in profit. So we just absolutely crushed it in the first number of months. And I remember talking to Ron. They were visiting us for a weekend as they were making their, they started achieving their goals, not in 2.5 year time span, but really in the several month time span. And as they were achieving their goals and they got the land, they were in Florida, they got the water and all this. He was telling me that the only thing that's really changed from his initial dreams and goals to where he was working with me is that no longer was it an RV on this land on the ocean in Florida. It now became a little mini mansion. And the reason I love sharing this story is if you think about this, here's a couple that's worked for decades, like worked, really, really worked, did what they needed to do. And their dreams and goals, embodied an RV. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with an RV, but you see what I'm saying. And after just partnering with me for several months, that RV all of a sudden became a mini mansion. That's the power of what my team and I does and do. But the really what that is, it's just a testament to this incredible industry. Now, some of you guys are here, and the best way I could describe to you is you're a hustler. And by the way, that's me. I love hustlers, and this is my definition of a hustler. You can clearly define your dreams and goals, but between your dream and goals, there's like a wall, and it seems like your whole life you've been scaling that wall, hitting your head against the wall, try to go around that wall, and it's just nothing's working. And you're kind of at the point in your life where you are ready to go through that wall if you have to, like head first, bust through that wall as long as you know that there's a legitimate opportunity to do that. And again, I just call you hustler. It's who I've been my whole life. It's who I am to this day. Whatever it takes, I was always willing to put the time and effort as long as on the other side of that wall were my dreams and goals. So for those of you that could relate to the story of the wall, the dreams, the goals, and walking through that wall, I'd love to hear from you inside chat.
Hey, Pete, yeah, they're slowly coming in here. A lot of folks saying that that's exactly what's stopping them. You got folks raising their hands. Daisy saying yes. Calvin saying yes. It's a lot of thumbs up. Brian says you bet, and definitely are in a room of like-minded individuals, Pete. Some hustlers as well.
I love it. I love it. So let me introduce you to one of my amazing hustlers who's now a partner of mine. His name is Jamari Spruill. Um, I met Jamari actually. He went to one of my events and I got to know him during a break. And it was very apparent to me the very, very first day I talked to him that Jamari personified what my definition of a hustler was. He was willing to do whatever it takes to go through that wall to get to the other side where his dreams and goals were. And now we're over 17 deals done together. He's achieved a ton of those dreams and goals, but the reason I love showcasing and talking about Jamari is that Jamari really personifies how I instruct all my partners to be. In the beginning, when you start with me, the objective is very simple. We want you to take as much as possible. Because in the beginning, it's like a rocket. You have to have all that energy to lift off. And so it's take. But then as you start doing deals, as you start making money, as you start getting successful, The mission here is very simple. I want you to turn around behind you and grab that next person and help them along. Jamari has personified that. As a matter of fact, a lot of my partners, when they share success stories, they don't just talk about me. They don't just talk about my team, the infrastructure, the support that we provide here, but they point at my partners like Jamari, who've been absolutely instrumental into helping them, achieve their dreams and goals. So here, bottom line is my team and I, we put our money where our mouth is. Now, you're hearing this call, so you can, I'm sure what you want to do is you want to experience what my model is all about, what the community is all about, and you want to get your questions answered along the way. As I've already mentioned here a couple minutes ago, I promise as soon as we're done, and I'm going to go through this as quickly as possible, but as soon as we're done, I'm going to stay on as long as I need to, and I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask me whatever questions I may have missed along the way. So, but as I mentioned, I do want to continue asking my questions along the way to kind of get to know you all better. Before we get into that or continue with that, I want to share with you my why. Remember, I had those dreams and goals in the wall between me and them for when I started. But my why has always been very simple. I wanted to be a participating father. I got 5 kids. My oldest ones are in their 20s. My youngest ones are, just 3 and 4 years old. And to my 20 somethings have now gone on and become very successful in their own right and doing incredibly. I was, obviously for my 3 and 4 year olds, they're still here with us and they're experiencing, and I'm experiencing everything when it comes to them. But I was also able to do that with my 20 somethings. I was able to be at all the practices, all the games, all the events, all the conferences, all the plays, all the sightseeing visits, all the trips, all the vacations. I was also able to be there as a supporting father when things weren't going that great for them. For those of you that are parents, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So for me, the reason I became very successful in this business, the reason I never negotiated this business, the reason I never put, this business into a box, kind of like, well, I'll do it if this or that. And it's, junk when people put their dreams and goals in a box. To me, it was all out effort. And to this day, it's why I'm still in it. It's because of my kids. So along the way, I'd love to hear what is your why? Why are you here? What are your goals? I shared with you what would my why was and continues to be. It's my family, specifically my 5 kids. But what is your why in life, and why are you here? What's the big vision for you?
Hey, P, I love this question too. I'll give some folks a couple of seconds to type their answer in. Amanda says wants to be more present as a mother, give her kids the life and the
Yep.
experiences they deserve. Park Country simply puts legacy.
Yep.
Brian says the kids. We got Cozy saying time, freedom. Pretty much, Pete, same reasons why you're still in it. Time, freedom,
Yep.
legacy, family, wealth. Mary says she's a missionary, wants to have the time and money to give more back. A Zoom user says financial freedom. Erica says family. So pretty much roughly the same type of reasons here, Pete.
I love it. I love it. Um, I'd love to hear also where you guys are specifically in your real estate journey. Some of you guys are just getting started, like literally very much novices, never done a deal. I call you beginners, novices. Some of you guys are kind of at that next level, intermediary level. You may be on your first deal right now, or you may have a couple deals behind you. And I'm sure there's a couple of you all who are fairly advanced. You've got a lot of history in this space, maybe multiple deals and stuff like that. So, where would you put yourself? Novice, intermediary, or advanced?
Got a couple of folks, Pete, who are brand new, no experience at Samsung. Heather, no, new, no experience. On the other side, we got Stephanie, a New Jersey real estate agent, 20 years. Heather, another novice. Calvin, advanced. Casey with a couple of deals as an electrician. Zoom user is advanced. We've got Daisy, 55 from Arizona, no experience. Pete, all across the spectrum, brand new, never done a deal to folks who's been in the game for 20 plus years.
It's what I figured. It's what I figured. We kind of went over this already. So let's get to the nitty gritty. Like, what is your biggest obstacle holding you back from the results you want to achieve? If we were just to put it all down and get honest here tonight, What is your biggest obstacle right now getting in the way from achieving your dreams and goals that you were so kind to share with me a minute ago?
Yeah, great question, Pete. Money is coming up, capital, 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 capital. Very little experience.
Yeah.
More capital, more money, no experience. Capital, capital, funding for acquisition. So lots of different ways to say money, Pete.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Well, it's what I heard you say, right? Lack of funds, lack of knowledge, I heard you say. Experience, I think was the same thing. Scared of making the wrong move? No question. Rehabs are very expensive. The facts on that. Too risky. Failed before. A lot of people bring baggage into this business, and I just don't know where to start. Roland, is this kind of what you were hearing and seeing from the individuals tonight?
Yeah, Pete, as you were reading that off, more people were answering. Yeah, you pretty much hit every answer there.
I love it. I love it. So the bottom line is this. I assume if you're here, you want to get past these obstacles and you want to do more deals. Let me tell you a secret. You're not alone with these struggles. These are all common problems, common investor issues. Everyone's got about four or five or six same problems, just different names and different stories behind them. The reason I created what I've created here is that I want to really I wanted to solve every single one of these problems for you. And I could tell you guys, couldn't be more confident in my mission in helping you support of doing more deals. I do this and my team does for my partners every single day. Matter of fact, the statistic I'm so proud of is I right now have more partners doing more deals than ever before. Every single state we're doing deals, all the major cities that you know of, almost all the second and third tier cities across the United States done deals in, and in many, many cities you never even heard of. So let me share a couple more stories about partners and deals. By the way, on the left side, Chad and Jerry, 400 transactions they did, 400 deals before they met me. Again, why would someone like that jump in with me? They wanted to grow and they scale. On the right side, Preston and one of our deals in Huntsville where we made $50,000 in profit. Michael Hewitt, one of our deals in Goodview, Virginia for 49,000. BJ and Tracy, they're in a small town of less than 800 people, right? People sometimes think, oh, I live in too rural of an area. That's total BS. Again, it's all about knowing what to do. We did over 10 deals in under a year in their city of less than 800 people. Glenn Antonok, $7,500 on a deal. Patrick Curtis, Madeira Beach, $11,500 on that deal. Michael Binns on the left side, Indianapolis, Indiana, $8,500 on that deal. Will Owens, Detroit, Michigan, one of our many deals together for 17,000. Nate Patterson, one of our deals together in Angola, New York, 8,800. Richard Granquist, one of our first several deals in Spartaway, Spanaway. See, I don't even know where 95% of these cities are. Sorry. 30,000 on that deal. Another one with Preston Moore in Huntsville. Seth Choate, my very first partner, 19,000. Archie Ragland, actually in Archie, we've done over 15 deals now. He retired after our first deal. We made over $150,000. Ottawa, Kansas. This one had 23,000 of profit. Toccoa in Georgia with Ricky Tanner. Another one with BJ and Tracy, Dixon, Missouri, 22,000. Rafael Ruiz a couple months ago, $27,000 on that deal. One of the many deals with Jason Bleskoski, $6,900. BJ and Tracy, $48,000. Vance Hudgens, I'm actually going to see him this Thursday. This is a flip we did in Nashville, Tennessee, 93,000. Deborah Cotton, 5,200. Richard Granquist, 8,100. Preston Moore, 3,900. Scotty Thompson, one of our multiple deals together, 13,000 on this one. Richard Granquist, 43,000. Corey Turner, 40,000 a couple months ago on that deal. Another one with Preston for 25. Look, the bottom line is this. I could keep going and going and going and show you all the deals that I'm doing with my partners. Strictly for the sake of time, let's go ahead and move on. I want to take just a little 3-minute detour and give you really an honest comparison, the difference between you doing a deal by yourself and you doing a deal with me and my team. This is an actual deal we did in Crocker, Missouri with BJ and Tracy. I showed you a picture of them about a minute or two ago. Very rural area, 3 beds, 2 baths. We bought this house for $74,900 and needed about $40,000 worth of work. and the value at that point was $190,000. This is a very basic formula that so many investors use. We don't really buy into this formula much, but it's still a solid formula that people use to figure out how much they could pay for a house. This is if you want to make about a 30% margin on your deals. So on an $190,000 deal, if you want to make about a 30% margin on it, and it needs about $40,000 worth of work. Look at the bottom right hand side. $93,000 was the most we could pay for this house. Remember, we bought it for $74,000. So in the end, this was a screaming good deal. Now, if you were to do this deal alone, with your own money, your own credit, and your own experience, this is how it works. So look at the left-hand column. I don't want to bore you with all the numbers, but this is why less than 1% of people ever become at all successful in the real estate space. It's an abysmal statistic, but it's reality. This is an example. This is what happens when you want to buy the same house I just showed you for $75,000. Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom of the column on the left. You need around $75,000 in the bank to borrow $75,000 in this business. Did you hear that? This is why I'm almost on all the time, especially in the initial stages of this business, when investors, newbie investors do deals, the money people make more money than they do. Literally, to borrow $75,000 for a house, you got to have $75,000 in the bank, right? Makes no sense, but this is how this business works. Let's move over to the right side. If you do the exact same deal with me, I'm putting up all the money. You don't need any experience. We're putting all the money, carrying costs, payments, all of it. Look at the bottom. And with me, you could do unlimited amount of deals with my money, right? No comparison. But wait, there's more. It's not just a financial play, it's also an infrastructure play. Left hand column, if you're going to do this by yourself, you better understand margins, negotiations, attorneys, titles, contracts, inspections, contractors, management of them, materials, closing attorneys, all of that. Bottom left hand side, summarize it. You got to do all the work if you're going to do this yourself, and you're going to risk everything. Same thing with on the right hand side if you're doing this with me. We handle all of that for you. We show you how to do the margins, we get you the contracts, we're part of your negotiations, we show you we have our own closing teams, we have our own realtors, we have our own construction teams. Bottom right hand side, we do the work and we take 100% of the risk. There's really no comparison, is there? Now, I want to show you exactly how it works to partner with me on deals. Remember, I'm providing all the money. I'm putting up my team and my expertise to do deals with you. And then in the back end, we just split the profits down the middle, 50-50. And then it's just wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. Now, we do this because I need local boots on the ground. This is where you come in local markets to help me find deals across the country. You find the property, you put it under contract, my team and I put up all the money and we execute the deal. Together, this is what makes this a dream team. When you make money is only the time that I and my team make money. Literally, the goal in this model is to be successful together. You never, ever, ever have to worry about where the money comes from. You never have to worry about risking your credit on a deal. You never have to worry about making bad moves in a deal. You never have to worry about navigating the waters alone. So, Roland, I want to make sure that the team here is awake. From what you're hearing, ladies and gentlemen, does this sound good to you?
Pete, lots of folks giving thumbs up. Daisy saying amazing. Um, People saying yes, great, yes, yes, yeah. Donique says too good. Cozy says yes. Amanda giving you she's clapping. So yes, Pete, love a lot of people loving this so far.
I like it. I like it. So I'm going to show you the process now so you can see how we do deals together. Okay. I basically have put together a simple three-phase roadmap. It's mine and my team's guide to doing deals and solving all of those obstacles and all those problems we just talked about. So here's where the success starts. Phase one of the roadmap is access to the system. Phase two is putting a deal together. Phase three is I put up the money, we execute the flip, and then we split the profits in the back end. So access to the system. The system is very simple. My system consists of these parts, and what these parts are, it's all of them work in conjunction to help you do one very important thing. help you find deals. So, what does that entail? We train in a live environment through Zoom training and things like that on a daily basis, almost every single day, multiple times a day. Left hand corner, partner driven university, right? Let's say you need to have access to whatever you need to have access 24/7. That's just recorded knowledge of all my 4,000 deals, of all the thousands of deals that my team's done, and all the collective deals that my partners have done. We've recorded everything we've learned, and that's called Partner Driven University. Private community. This is where all those partners I just shared with you, those are just a small sampling of them. They all reside in my community. It exists in a system called Circle. This is where our training is, but this is where all the partners are there collectively to basically help you move together and help you do deals. We also get together in a live environment a couple times a year. Remember, live training we take very seriously. We literally tell you honest every single day what you have to do that day. This is just some members of my team, including myself and my partner Julie, and we literally jump in and we train you every single day, telling you what you got to do that day. Phase two, it's all about submitting your deals. It starts with marketing. We pick out a very specific marketing strategy that we're going to help you implement in your cities. All of my marketing strategies do one thing: they connect you directly with the sellers because that's where all the deals are. Once we do that, that'll start generating quality deals. You then just go to your dashboard, request a contract. We help you negotiate the price to whatever it needs to be, get the property tied up under contract. We go through due diligence and inspections, and then we green light the deal and take it to closing. Simple as that. By the way, the reason for this slide is I get involved in every single one of your deals. So once you get a traction in a deal, you bring it in. We grab that deal and we drive it all the way to closing. I meet with my team every single day, specifically on every single deal, to discuss what needs to take place on every deal to drive that deal forward. Okay. Phase three is very simple. We're buying the property. I put up all the money. We then execute the deal. Remember, we do 11 different strategies here: fix and flip, wholesale, hotel, pre-marketing, pre-listing, subject to owner finance. We also do different kinds of deals: houses, condos, townhomes, single family, duplexes, triplexes, quads. We also do not only houses and mobile homes and modular homes, we also do land deals. Then we identify a buyer once we execute the strategy, and then we take the deal to closing, close the property. That very same day, you get transparent accounting of how those numbers worked out. And that very same day, you get 50% of the profit. This is just one of my amazing team members. Mary's been with me for 15 years. When you bring a deal in, you don't got to worry about closing, coordinating buyers, sellers, attorneys. Mary handles all of that for you. Remember, it's basically white glove service here. We don't just do 90 to 95% of the deal for you on the deals you bring in. We literally treat you not only as a team member, but really part of our family. Okay. This is one of my great partners, Mike Harden. This is the very first deal we did together in Bristol, Wisconsin. Took us 7 deals to finally do a deal in his own city, Pittsburgh. But on the very first deal, we split $136,000. Pretty amazing, right? Remember, I'm putting up all the money on every deal. I'm absorbing 100% of the risk on every deal. And then we're splitting the profits with you 50-50. Now that I've gone through the roadmap, do you see the value of getting your deals funded by myself and the value of having an experienced partner do deals with you? I don't like the slide. My team insists I use it. This is how I compare it to the guru world. Obviously, what you saw today has nothing to do with the traditional guru world. But my team says, why don't you do a comparison? Really, the comparison starts and stops at the training and coaching. But there's really not even a comparison there because we train at a much higher level because they train you on conceptual stuff. Like, here's how you do this and here's how you do that. We train you on actual deals you're doing. So with us, you're learning in a hands-on environment, so your knowledge goes a billion times higher than when you learn on a concept. But that's where all of the comparison stops. Because with me, I'm going to partner with you on deals, and we're going to navigate and help you execute every single deal. There ain't a guru in the country that will do that. I have a whole entire acquisition team for inspections, rehabs, and closings. if any guru out there is doing deals, which almost none of them do, you probably know that by now, right? But any of them that do, they ain't going to give you access to their teams. I will. And well, the next, forget the gurus. Who else is going to give you all the money you need to do as many deals as you want? I'd say probably no one in your life. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do one other thing. I'm going to assume all the risk, which means with me, you can't lose on the deal. You cannot possibly lose money in the deal. Even if the deal loses money, I'll absorb that. Which means with me, you have zero upside and a zero downside and 100% of the upside. That's called a perfect business. Remember, other real estate gurus, they teach you how to do a deal and then they set you loose to figure the rest out alone. Here, I and my team, we stay by your side on every deal, provide all the capital, execute the entire deal, and then we split the deal profits. When you win, we win. So we're invested in your success. Now, there is a one-time fee to get started with me. It's literally the only money you'll ever spend to flip a lifetime of real estate deals. Once you start with me, you make your initial payment. You never have to put money for anything. Down payments, earnest money, hard money cost, rehab costs, closing costs, nothing, not even a penny. None of my partners out of the thousands of deals have ever put even a penny into a deal. Basically, I fund the entire cost of as many deals as you want to do. Bottom line is this: what it costs to start with me is less than a down payment on any hard money loan you ever want to get. And one deal with me will almost always cover that initial fee. So, bottom line is this: my goal here is very simple. I create an environment here that when you become part of this environment, you become a super real estate investor in your own right. My goal here and my vision for all of my partners is for you to become a very, very savvy real estate investor. Look, if you're trying to do this by yourself, you already know this. It's very slow doing it by yourself. It's very expensive. And the bottom line is it's very risky. And honestly, it's not very fun. Doing it with a partner like myself, it's very simple, it's very safe. And the bottom line is it is a lot of fun. Yes, there is a one-time fee to join me. It gives you immediate access to the membership, to the team, and to the system. It is literally the only money you will ever spend to do unlimited amount of deals with me and to have as many deals as you want, all the funds and all the costs covered by myself. So the next step, well, we're just about done. I'm about ready to flip this over to you guys for questions. Here's the next two options. Option one, you're at this point right now and you're like, well, hell no, this ain't for me. The guy doesn't rub me the right way. The model I don't believe in, and I just don't think I want to do this at all. You're probably free to go. There's zero reason for you to stay on beyond here right now. Some of you guys are at the point right now where you're like, hell yes, I'm in. This is what I want to do. I relate. I see the dream. I see the goal. I got the wall. I got to get through the wall. So the next step is to simply connect with me and my team in a private conversation. During that call, we're gonna walk you through your goals. We want to talk to you about them. We want to make sure that we're a good fit for you. Okay, we're not a good fit for everybody, but we also want to make sure you're a good fit for us. There's a couple different options to pay that fee. I've instructed my team not to even discuss the fee. If your only goal is to find out what the fee is, you're not going to be a good fit for us. First, we want to make sure we're a good fit. We want to work with each other, and then we'll discuss the couple different options we have of paying the fee. And literally on that next meeting, the goal is to get you started towards working towards your first deal. So, if you're already talking to somebody on my team and now you're even more excited, I need you to schedule a call. If you're not yet talking to someone on my team and you're ready to go to the next step, which is basically let's get rolling, it's time to schedule a call. Go to the bottom of chat. Inside chat, there's literally just a calendar link. Simple as that. Put your information in and we'll get on one-on-one conversation. My partner advisors are now standing by to talk you through the options and get you started. So now what I want to do is exactly what I said. I want to open up the floor for whatever questions you may have for me. I like to think I hit on everything, but I'm sure I didn't. So you guys may have some questions. Here's how we're going to do questions. Two options. One, just raise your Zoom hand. By now, everybody should know how to raise your Zoom hand. Just go to the bottom of the Zoom. There's a captions link. Just hit that link. and I'll call on you in order. The second way to ask questions is just chat. Just go to that bottom of Zoom and just type in your questions inside chat. Roland will be monitoring that and he will bring up all your questions. But the big picture is if you want to go beyond where we are tonight, right? Whether you're already talking to somebody on my team or you're not yet talking to someone on my team, but this is something you want to get involved in, or at least you want to go to the next step. Also, bottom of Zoom, there's a chat link. Hit that link and schedule a call. All right, Roland, what do we have in terms of questions tonight?
All right, Pete. I got a lot of folks asking in the chat as you were speaking.
Okay.
Um, let's see here. Let's start off with if folks are in the trade, if they're licensed agents, if they're contractors, how can they benefit?
Okay, so let's say you're a contractor. You then have the ability, if you want to, actually fix these houses. Let's say we're doing a flip and it needs work. And I have a lot of partners that do that. I have a lot of contractor partners. I have a lot of realtor partners. Like if you're a contractor, you could do the work, which means you'll make your fee on the construction project. Plus, on top of that, you keep 50% of the profit. If you're a real estate agent, you'll be able to obviously list our properties. You'll make your full commission, the 6% commission on the back end, and you'll make the 50% profit. So the goal is to identify those of you that have some kind of trade skill. If you do, that's great. If you don't, that's okay. But if you do, we definitely want you to capitalize on that. And you, in essence, you're double dipping at that point, which is totally fine because you're performing a service.
Makes sense, Pete. Love it. Love it. And as far as how folks secure their 50% split, yet there's something that they sign, like a partnership agreement, correct?
Yeah. There'll be a partnership
Mhm.
agreement and all that. We've done thousands of these. We got everything to a T. Yeah, but you'll have a
Okay,
partnership agreement.
great. And if you guys have a question, again, feel free to physically raise your hand. I'll look out for you guys. Ideally, you click the raise a hand button on Zoom, and then that way we can answer questions in order. I'll give y'all a couple of seconds to do that before I read off another question here in chat. Is that are you Samsung? Are you looking to unmute your line there? You're in the car. Now would be a good time to ask your questions. Here, how about this, Pete? Park Country is asking, I guess what type of deals we do. He's asking about a 208 unit apartment complex.
So we're always going to start out with single family, duplexes, triplexes, or quads, houses, condos, mobile homes, modular homes, houses, or land deals. That's what we start out with because that's my strength. Once we do a couple of those, I'm open to discussing anything. Bigger deals, apartments, commercials, whatever. But in the beginning, we're going to start out with what my strength is because on those, I could show you how to get profitable a lot quicker than anything else. But then once we do a couple deals, get comfortable with each other, I'm open to anything.
Love it, Pete. And I know you didn't touch on it too much, but fixing and flipping houses, 11 different exits. How about land?
Yep, we do land deal, we do houses, mobile homes, modular homes, land deals. Those are all the things we start out with, and then we progress from there. Yep.
Awesome. We are knocking out these questions, Pete. Anyone else with a live question? Go
I
ahead
have a
and
question.
go ahead, Stephanie.
Hi,
Hi.
good evening. I had a question. I'm sorry, I might have missed this, but did I hear you say that you purchase homes at 40% ARV value?
No, I didn't say anything like that. We don't even look at
Okay.
ARVs. Stephanie, I do 11 different strategies in terms of exits. So my
Uh-huh.
partners are told, don't even worry about the ARV. As long as you're dealing directly with the owner, get it a lot under contract, bring it in, and let us do our magic. I don't care about the ARV in the beginning. Literally don't care about it because I have so
Oh,
many different things we could do with these deals. Which means,
okay.
sure, all day long we'll take 40% equity or 60% equity, but I could also do deals with only as little as 10% equity because of all the exit strategies we utilize. This is why, Stephanie, I tell people I have the biggest buy box in the country, which how that's reflected on the partners. It is easier to find deals that you and I could do together than anywhere else, any other scenario you can ever imagine because I've stacked so many strategies on top of each other.
And Pete, this may be in your
Yes, ma'am.
program. I didn't, and I apologize because I was running a little late. But do you guys? I know you have some type of program for, um, I'm sorry, marketing.
Yes, that's right. For strategies for finding deals. That's right. Really remember that is your really as a partner, that's your only responsibility to help us find deals. So we have two huge strategies where 90 to 95% of all our deals come from. If you have some kind of a marketing budget, okay, we have a whole team that we recommend that they actually develop leads for you, like they hand motivated sellers to you in a platter. The second strategy is if you don't have, or if you don't want to use money to spend on marketing, we have a whole, I show you how to develop a whole network that starts bringing deals into you. So I can go in every direction.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Steph?
Yes,
Awesome. Did you schedule a call?
I did not yet.
Oh, I
So my
schedule a
last
call.
question was, is in addition to the fee for the program, you
Mhm.
actually have to, one component is you would pay for your own marketing through this other group that you work
You
with.
don't have to do that. You don't have to do. But if you do have money and you do want to spend money on marketing, then that's an option with us. But you do not have to do that.
Okay.
You do not have to do that. But a lot of my partners have money and they want to speed things up. And that's what, anytime you put money in anything, it's just a way to speed things up, is really the best way to say it.
Okay, I'll book an appointment.
Looking forward to connecting with you, Steph. I like your questions.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Couple more questions in the chat before I get to that. Any other live questions? Now would be a good time to ask. Samsung, it looks like you're trying to unmute. Pete, some questions in the chat really is kind of the process, what happens after they get started as far as onboarding, how they're coached and trained. You mind just giving us a quick synopsis of how that looks like if they're, say they're brand new starting today? How does that look like?
Well, number one, we do have a very specific onboarding process. We take all my partners through. It takes place over the initial couple days, and I have a whole onboarding team, and we take you through a process. And really, what that process is, it's like your checklist of what you got to do to start working with me and making money with me and doing deals with me. That takes place about an hour, hour and a half, first couple days. Once that onboarding's done, then you just plug into our system, which is daily training, support, 24 hours, access to all the knowledge base, access to my community with all the partners that are there to help you. I over deliver on support and training and experience, over deliver. Like nobody ever taps into everything. I make so much of it available because I know I have different people in different parts of the country with different time zones, different schedules, different needs. So I over deliver on the training. By the way, that's also why I have more people doing more deals than ever before. Like all the states right now, all the major cities, almost every single second and third tier city in the United States, and tons and tons of deals in areas you guys have never heard of. Success right now with what I'm doing with my partners is through the roof. I will also tell you in the next couple of years, this will be the only way to do real estate. Everybody else will switch this model. Why in the hell would somebody want to do deals by themselves after knowing that I exist? Why would you want to go raise money, risk your own everything, struggle, learn as you go? I mean, it's insane. You partner with me, we take care of, boom, 95% of everything.
Awesome. Thanks, Pete. Great answer. Great answer. On that note, speaking of nationwide, Lydia asks, do we have to find properties only in the area we live in?
No, no, I have partners, Alicia, that I'm not sure. Was that your name, Alicia?
Lydia.
Lydia, I have partners that have never done a deal where they live. I have infrastructure in every single state, every single city, every single county in the United States. So no, with me, I have partners that do deals literally all over. Literally, I have partners that have never done a deal in the state they live in. They just tap into my infrastructure wherever you want to do deal. Or sometimes my partners just chase deals. They put the networking, or I'm sorry, they put the systems, our knowledge. Can't talk. They put our marketing systems out in different places, and they start generating leads and deals all over the place.
Awesome. Kevin, I know you're trying to unmute your line, or you're rather trying to raise your hand to speak, but you can speak now if you can. Kevin Bailey, I see you in chat. Give you a second to unmute your line. And if not, I'll go ahead and ask this other question in chat. People are asking, how do they even get a deal under contract? I guess the
That's
logistics
what my
of.
training and system is all about, literally. How do
Mhm.
you get a deal? How do you get a deal? How do you secure a deal? How do you negotiate a deal? How do you lock up a deal? That is 100% of what we teach you. We'll never talk to you about paint colors, nailing a nail into the wall, fixing your house. That's all crap. We handle that for you unless you know how to do it yourself. But we don't get into teaching you that. That's not important. We teach you what is the most important thing is that is how to find a deal and how to secure it and how to negotiate it. That's
Love it.
100% of all my system is all about.
Now, Lisa, you asked a question in chat. Do you have a disclosure to do a deal with a realtor in California? If you
Yeah.
can expand on that, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I've done hundreds and hundreds of deals in California, so not an issue at all. Yeah, we got all the paperwork, all everything.
Perfect, perfect. Again, if you have yet to schedule a call, please do so now before they all get filled up. One of our partner advisors, either myself or someone on the team, will call you as
Somebody is
soon as
asking
tonight.
inside chat, when's a good time of an appointment? Just go inside chat. There's a link, schedule a call.
Absolutely. Click the link and we'll be sure to give you a couple of different options. A couple more questions here. Anyone else with a live question before I read off another question? Go ahead and ask now. Let me just kind of scroll through some of these questions, make sure I don't ask the same question twice. Um, of course, Heather, yeah, we definitely hold your hand every step of the way, like Peter mentioned. Here's a good question, Pete. How long are the partners committed to the program? Do they have to be here forever?
No, as long as they want to. If you want, as long as you want to continue doing deals with me, let's go. As soon as you don't want to do deals with me, you don't have to. So there is no commitment, zero. I would never hold someone hostage. I have partners been with me here for years, still doing deals with me. They're doing deals by themselves. They got a ton of things going on. They just bring me other deals. So that's not an issue at all.
Love it. Pete, well, we're pretty much all questioned out, pretty much got the majority of the questions, if not all of them. Again, give folks here a last chance to ask questions live. Now would be a good time to do so. If not, this might be a record as far as the quickest we've done one of these webinars.
Any other questions, guys? The key, really, again, the key to what tonight was all about. If you like what you saw, the next step is schedule a call. Simple as that. I mean, and once I'm done, the link goes erased, and that's it. We're done. So go to the bottom chat, inside chat, just hit chat. There's a schedule a call link. Set it up there, and let's talk. Make sure you're a good fit, we're a good fit, and all that.
A couple more hands are raising now, Pete. Park Country, I see you with your hand. Go ahead and unmute your line now. Park
Uh,
Country.
yeah, I know it's strange. It's my personal email, but yeah, hello. I'm the owner of No
Hi.
First Home, and I've been doing wholesaling for like the last 7 years. I've been
Nice.
pretty profoundly lucky in saying that I haven't took too many major losses. But there's always those unexpected coincidences.
Facts.
Tell me now, when you guys do this 50-50 partnership, do you
Uh-huh.
have the ability to double tap these deals? Um, like saying like in Indiana, because I know that's like a really big prefix for the contracts I write is like, you have 100% of the funding up front. And those are like some of the other states that are pretty big about it, like Idaho, California now North Carolina. And, it opens up, back the 50 states plethora for my organization to continue rocking into those deals if I could have that kind of, backing. I do come from Mark Shapiro's inner
Yeah,
circle.
that's called just a proof of funds. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but sometimes when you do like a land contract, they want you to take over the deal in its first position and in its entirety. So that means you have to do a bank transfer to either the title company with those entire net funds to keep the
Yeah,
wholesale
of course.
contract
That's
intact.
that's how every deal works. Yeah, we do that in every deal. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, yeah, you're selling me.
Yeah. Not trying to sell you. Don't get sold by me. Do this. I'm just fine with or without anybody here. Do this because it's the right move for you. But I could tell you, sir, from what you're telling me, I'm your dream come true. I'll show you how to level this thing up. You're obviously already success. You're not lucky. You're successful, and I love that. But I'll show you how to do things in this business that'll make your head spin. So for someone like you, I'd love working with people like you. You've already proven success. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I would love the opportunity as well. And, getting leads out, choreographing calls. I have other dealings and other technologies as well. I would say it really sets me apart from just like the average Joe. While everyone was chasing deals, I was chasing technology. And I guess we all have our own, I guess, agenda, right?
And by the way, I'm huge, huge, huge into technology and all of that. So you got a call schedule. What's your name?
My name is Sean Park, and once again,
Sean Park. Have you got a, do
yeah,
you have a call scheduled?
yeah, I'm going to. I just wanted to make sure that I gave everyone
We're on the
else a
same
chance to speak.
page. We're on the same page. Love to work with you.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure I accept that call, and we'll talk with your other representatives, see how we can make a good fit with each other. As you say, a
Yep.
good handshake.
Yep. Looking forward to it very much.
Will do. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, Pete, looks like we're pretty much questioned out. I mean, there is one question. Sorry to kind of throw us off track, but do we do rentals?
We do creative deals. That's the closest we get to long-term cash flow. We do creative deals.
Sounds good. Thanks, Pete. Again, everyone else, if you haven't done so yet, please click the link. That way, one of our partner advisors will reach out to you as soon as tonight. Pete, but I think we're all questioned out.
I love it. Well, let me finish by saying this, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys being here. The fact that you're still here after like an hour of listening to me and not doing something else, that tells me a lot about you, and I love that. It tells me you're looking, and I hope you're serious. And I hope you like what I saw today. So for those of you that did, the next step is, like I said, is very simple. Please schedule a call and let's talk. And let's figure out if we want to do this together and go chase some dreams and goals together. I'm going to leave you with these final words that every single partner has heard from me for many, many years as I partner with people. And some of you guys are going to hear in the next couple days. And that's when I make that initial call. And these words are this: welcome, welcome to the next chapter, to the rest of your life. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. God bless every single one of you. Roland, if you don't mind, stay on for just an extra minute, maybe keep that link up. Schedule a call if you're interested, and we'll talk to you soon. Good night.
Thanks, Pete. Again, I will stay on for a little bit because, again, as soon as we end tonight's live Zoom, the link will disappear as well. Go ahead and schedule a call. I'll stay here for a little bit. And again, one of our advisors will be sure to reach out as soon as tonight. Thanks for being here, y'all.
Thank you.